My ex-girlfriend got revenge on me and I'm so broken. We dated for 7 years. 7 years of inside jokes, shared playlists, and inside-out knowledge of each other. The kind you only build when you grow up next to someone. She was there when my dad left. I was there when her mom got sick. We weren't just dating. We were each other's whole support system before we even knew what that meant. She helped me pay off my car after I got laid off the first time. Didn't make it a big deal. Didn't hold it over me. Just quietly moved money around and said we'd figure it out together. When I lost my second job 8 months later, she picked up a second shift on weekends without me even asking. I told myself I'd make it up to her. I told myself that for a long time. The truth is I stopped trying around year 5. Not dramatically, just slowly. The texts got shorter. The effort disappeared. I started looking at our relationship like something that had already been decided. Like we were locked in and the door didn't open from the inside anymore. That's not an excuse. That's just the honest version of what happened in my head before I did something I can't take back. Her coworker started texting me in March. I knew it was wrong from the first conversation that went too long. I told myself it was nothing. Then I told myself it was just emotional. Then I stopped telling myself anything at all and just let it keep going for 4 months. She never said a word the entire time. No change in behavior, no coldness, no searching questions. She made dinner, asked about my day, laughed at the same dumb videos we always watched together. I thought I'd gotten away with it. I actually believed that. Last Sunday, she sat me down at the kitchen table. No build-up, no argument leading into it. She just sat across from me with her coffee and slid her phone across the table like she was showing me a funny meme. It was a text thread, then photos, then a screenshot of a location I recognized immediately. She'd known for 2 months. I started apologizing before I even fully processed what I was looking at. Full collapse, voice breaking, hand shaking, the whole thing. I wasn't performing it. I genuinely fell apart. 7 years of guilt hit me in about 45 seconds, and I couldn't hold any of it together. She didn't move, didn't cry, didn't raise her voice. She just sat there with both hands wrapped around her mug, watching me with this expression I'd never seen on her before. Not angry, not sad, just completely unaffected. Like she'd already done the hard part alone, and this was just the formality at the end. When I finally ran out of words, she nodded slowly and said, "I'm not upset. Actually, I've been really happy lately." I didn't understand what that meant. I thought it was a coping thing, something she was saying to protect herself. I started to respond, and that's when I noticed it. A hoodie draped over the arm of the couch, gray, extra large. I didn't recognize it. I'd never seen it in our apartment before. My brain tried to talk me out of what I was thinking. Maybe it was her brother's. Maybe a friend left it. I grasped at every explanation except the obvious one. I asked her whose it was. She tilted her head slightly, like the question was almost amusing, and said, "My happiness isn't really your business anymore." I couldn't argue. I couldn't say a single word. I just stood there absorbing it while she picked up her coffee again like the conversation had reached its natural end. I didn't find out whose hoodie it was until 2 days later. My best friend called to check in, same way he always does. Casual, nothing unusual about it. Except halfway through the call, something in his voice was different. Too careful, too measured. I've known him since we were 15. I know what he sounds like when he's managing something. I asked him straight out. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said, "She deserves to be happy, man." That was it. That was the whole answer. This is the same guy who sat next to me at a bar 3 weeks ago. We were 4 drinks in, and he looked me dead in the eyes and told me I needed to come clean before I lost her. Said he could see how checked out I'd become and that she deserved better than someone going through the motions. I remember nodding along like I was taking it seriously. I remember thinking he was right. I just didn't think he'd be the reason she stopped waiting for me to be better. The anger lasted about an hour. I wanted to be furious. I wanted to frame it as betrayal, as 2 people going behind my back, as something that happened to me rather than because of me. I tried that version of the story on for a while because it was easier to wear. It didn't fit. The reality is she found out I was cheating, said nothing, quietly rebuilt her life, and moved forward without ever once screaming at me or asking me to explain myself. She didn't blow everything up. She just stopped centering me in her own story. And when she finally showed me what she knew, she wasn't trying to hurt me. She was just done explaining. I deserved all of it. I know I did. But knowing you deserve something doesn't make it land any softer. I keep replaying that moment at the kitchen table. The way she slid the phone across so calmly. The way she watched me unravel without flinching. That look on her face. Not cruel, not satisfied, just free. That's the part I can't stop thinking about. She looked free. And I looked exactly like what I was.